YouTube? It's RSMario here bringing you a Pokemon video. Alright, so it's been a while since we had a concrete Pokemon video. So I did a couple videos on some quote-unquote leaks that happened with Pokemon. These are not leaks. This time we have actual information about a Pokemon game. Excuse me, 2 Pokemon games. Excuse me, 3 Pokemon games technically that are coming out soon. And none of those games are Pokemon Unite. I feel bad, man. I want to play this game. I want to play this game. I want this to be the game where I learn to play MOBAs. You know, eventually I'll play League. You know what I'm saying? But I want to play this game though. Alright, but they won't talk about it. Just no. Which worries me. But, you know, it is what it is. So, Pokemon Presents was this morning. Maybe yesterday by the time you get this video, depending on what time I end up getting this out. But yeah, Pokemon Presents was this morning, and I have to say it was alright. They had like 6 minutes of like nostalgia bait, and then they went they talked about Pokemon Snap, which is alright. You know, that's coming out. But then the big thing was Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Okay, so, alright, yes, they are Diamond and Pearl remakes. Now, the thing with this is there's some good and some bad here. It's good that we're actually getting the Diamond and Pearl remakes. It's bad that it seems like this is going to be a straight up remake. So, one thing that sets Pokemon remakes apart from other remakes is it gives you the experience of the old games, like the story, the characters, the regions, the Pokemon, but it gives you all the bells and whistles of whatever that current game is. So the graphic style, the art style, you know, all that, you know, all the various bells and whistles, whatever the new gimmick is for that generation of Pokemon, you get it. And that's what we usually get with the remakes. This time, this feels more like a direct remake. This feels more like the Link's Awakening remake that we got last year. It feels like that. Was that 2019? I can't even remember now. But it feels kind of like that. You know, like, you know, the Link's Awakening and the Zelda remakes in general tend to be straight up remakes, just with updated graphics. And that's what this feels like. I mean, the top-down camera, the chibi characters, you know, the art design is very, very similar to the original Generation 4 game, which is not completely bad, but I would have totally taken a Gen 4 game with, like, you know, a slightly better looking Sword and Shield, you know, graphics. You know what I'm saying? A wild area for the marsh and a wild area for the snowy place in the north. I would have took that, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get that. It looks like we're gonna get a straight up remake. So hopefully some of the bells and whistles of Sword and Shield will be in this game, but I kinda doubt it. Which will make some people happy, but you know, I mean, I'm still gonna buy it. I'm still gonna play it because Gen 4 is special to me. Alright, Gen 3 is my favorite generation. Gen 4 is right under that because that's when I really got into competitive Pokemon. But then the big thing that we got, because this new game, these new remakes are not being made by Gamefreak, they're being made by ILCA, or I Like Computer Art, who they're a support studio that usually supports other studios when they're making games, and they also do CG and key animation for anime companies. But they're actually doing these remakes, so it's not being made by Game Freak, because Game Freak is over here cooking up something completely different. They cooking with gas. They're making a prequel to the Sinnoh games called Pokémon Legends Arceus. So the god of Pokemon finally gets respect in his own world. So the game is gonna be set in a very primitive version of Sinnoh. So people are just settling Sinnoh. So there's one major village, you're in that village, and it's your job to build the first Sinnoh Pokédex. So more than likely, most of the Pokemon, if not all the Pokemon in this game, are gonna be Gen 4 mons. With the exception of the starters, which is where one of the two things that really got me, the negatives I would have with this. The starters. Like, I'm not a huge fan of any of them. Like, I mean, Cyndaquil's not bad, but he's definitely, like, not the best Gen 2 starter. Like, Feraligatr? Like, why could we get Feraligatr, you know? Then you've got, like, Rowlet, which is pretty good. But, I mean, then you got freaking Greninja, though. Greninja was one of the best Pokemon of that whole generation, much less the starter trio. You know, so why could we get Froakie? But, and then, of course, you know, you got Oshawott. Like, who was like, yo, bro, I like Oshawott, bro. I think Oshawott is cool. And all of his evolutions, and his name isn't goofy. Like, I'm like, really? Oshawott? Like, okay. What else? You know what I'm saying? I mean, to each his own. Of all the water starter Pokemon you could have picked, you picked that one. But, it is what it is, though. But yeah, the game looks interesting. It's supposed to be an open world action RPG. They did say that the game does have, turn-based battles, which is good. Now, if they did that, then I'd have been mad. I'd have been like, I wouldn't have been like one of them toxic fans, but I'd have totally been upset if we didn't have turn-based battles. That is the core of Pokemon. I don't be getting no Kingdom Hearts in my Pokemon, bro. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so essentially it's a whole new story set in Sinnoh. And they said it's in a specific village or a special village or whatever, which is probably going to be a throwback to one of the big cities in Sinnoh. You know, it's probably going to be that. And a specific professor. A certain professor is what they said in there. A certain professor who more than likely is Professor Oak. I guarantee you we're going to get like 20s straight out of college Professor Oak. And he's going to be the one to give you one of these Pokemon. And you have to go and make the Pokédex. So this is going to be, it looks so far so good. Now the other negative with this is the frame rate on this. The frame rate on this joint look janky. And I have a theory about that. And I'm going to talk about it in a different video. But the frame rate on this sucker look jacked up. Alright, and now of course the game does come out in 2022. The first half of 2022. So they have a year and a half roughly to, well definitely more than a year to iron any kinks out. But yeah, that was it. You know, no Pokemon Unite. You know, no Pokemon Sleep. We just got action with that Pokemon Presents. So that's about it. Comment. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me if you like the fact that I'm standing again. I mean, I do. I might go back to this. I don't know. It depends. It depends. But like, comment, subscribe, and as always, folks, keep it real.